In the blink of an eye, the world stood still. A president under fire, chaos erupting. This was the day Ronald Reagan's life hung by a thread. Some presidents have made a lot of enemies along the way, like this man over here, or this one. But they are smart enough to survive, to be like cockroaches that adapt to any situation and manage to reverse it, especially Putin. Have you ever seen the people that tried to kill him? You surely know what happened to all of them. Imagine stepping into the shoes of a president, the weight of a nation on your shoulders, and in an instant, everything changes. Assassination attempts are not just stories in history books. They are real, harrowing moments that have shaped our world. In this video, we will see extraordinary stories of survival, bravery, and the relentless fight for life. This isn't just history, it's the raw, unfiltered reality of what it means to protect, to serve, and to survive. But so many weren't that lucky. 1981, Washington, D.C. Ronald Reagan, the charismatic 40th President of the United States, steps out of the Washington Hilton Hotel. The air is filled with the buzz of anticipation. It was a routine day, until it wasn't. In a flash, John Hinckley Jr. emerges from the crowd, armed with a .22 caliber revolver, and starts shooting in the blink of an eye. 6 bullets were shot. Hinckley, driven by a twisted obsession with actress Jodie Foster, believed that killing the president would capture her attention. Who would have thought that killing a president would make a girl fall in love? But, well, there are people who fall in love with serial killers, so nothing surprises anymore. Going back to the incident. Now, chaos ensues. Secret Service agents react in an instant, shielding Reagan, pushing him into the awaiting limousine. But the damage was done. A bullet ricocheted off the limousine and struck Reagan in the chest. The world watched in horror as the president's life hung in the balance. Even in pain, Reagan remained remarkably composed, joking with his doctors despite the severity of his injury. "I hope you're all Republicans," he joked as he was wheeled into surgery. His humor and resilience in the face of danger endeared him to the nation even more. The public reaction was swift and emotional. Americans from all walks of life united in their concern and prayers for their president. Reagan's swift recovery and return to duty were a testament to his unbreakable spirit and the incredible training of his security detail. Ronald Reagan's survival was not just a personal victory, it was a powerful reminder of the fragility and strength of life. His resolve only strengthened him, continuing his presidency with renewed vigor, forever changed by that experience. But the truth is that he was not alone in facing such peril. Around the world, other leaders would confront their own moments of life and death. Just 20 years later, 2003, Moscow. Vladimir Putin, the resolute leader of Russia, known for his iron grip and unyielding resolve, faced one of so many assassination attempts that could have changed the course of Russian history. In what seems as an innocent moment, a man approached Putin and offered him a piece of gum. But, Putin isn't a fool. Thanks to his years of KGB training and intelligence, he instinctively refused the offer. What seemed like an everyday interaction was actually a carefully orchestrated assassination attempt. This happened during an event and went unnoticed until some internet users made the video viral, making people investigate what happened there. Although the full details of the man's identity remain unclear, the motive was apparent. Assassinate one of the most powerful and controversial leaders in the world. And, although it's not officially confirmed, some sources say that the gum was laced with a deadly poison, a silent and sinister weapon that can end your life in a matter of hours. This was not the first attempt on Putin's life, nor would it be the last. His job as Russia's leader has been marred by countless assassination plots. Yet, time and again, his intelligence, KGB training, and the diligence of his security team have kept him alive. The incident only strengthened Putin's image as a leader who could not be easily shaken, a testament to his resilience and survival instincts. Vladimir Putin's survival is a reminder of the ever-present dangers faced by world leaders and the vital role of their protectors. His story, however, is one of many where a leader's sheer willpower and the loyalty of those around them turn the tide against fatal threats. 1912, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Unlike Putin, Theodore Roosevelt didn't have the same luck. The former president and then presidential candidate prepares to give a speech. Known for his rugged determination and larger-than-life persona, Roosevelt embodied the spirit of a true American hero. The crowd buzzed with excitement as Roosevelt stepped out to address his supporters. Little did they know, an assassin lurked among them, driven by a desperate desire to make a statement. John Schrank, a mentally unstable man, believed he was acting on divine orders. He approached Roosevelt and, from point-blank range, fired a bullet directly at his chest. The bullet pierced through Roosevelt's steel eyeglass case and a 50-page speech manuscript, lodging itself in his chest. The crowd gasped in horror as Roosevelt staggered. But what happened next was nothing short of extraordinary. Despite being shot, Roosevelt refused to be taken to the hospital. Instead, he stood tall and addressed the crowd.
Friends, I shall ask you to be as quiet as possible. I don't know whether you fully understand that I have just been shot, but it takes more than that to kill a bull moose. Now, the bullet is in me now, so I cannot make a very long speech, but I will try my best.
He ended up giving a short speech? Not even close. He stood there for almost 90 minutes more, demonstrating his incredible strength and determination. His speech, defiant and impassioned, captivated the audience, turning a moment of violence into one of sheer heroism. The public was in awe. Roosevelt's decision to continue his speech, despite his life-threatening injury, solidified his legacy as one of the most resilient and fearless leaders in American history. His actions that day were not just a display of physical bravery, but a testament to his unshakable spirit. Roosevelt's recovery was swift, and his spirit remained intact. He continued his campaign with renewed vigor, forever etched in history as a symbol of indomitable will. His story reminds us that true leadership is about facing danger head-on and never backing down. From the streets of Milwaukee to the heart of Havana in the 60s, the struggle for survival against deadly threats knows no borders. Just as Roosevelt's defiance defined an era, so too did Fidel Castro's remarkable ability to evade death time and again, just like Putin, a leader perpetually in the crosshairs, yet always one step ahead. Fidel Castro, the revolutionary leader who transformed Cuba, for the worst or the better, it's up to you, was not only a man of profound influence, but also the target of an astonishing number of assassination attempts. Over 600 attempts on his life were made, with some of the most audacious plots hatched by the same ones that never mess around with other countries. Yes, the CIA. One of the earliest and most infamous plots was the explosive cigar. The CIA, hoping to leverage Castro's love of cigars, designed a cigar packed with explosives. The idea was simple: light up and boom. But fortunately for Castro, the plot was never executed. Knowing Castro's passion for diving, the CIA also planned to gift him a wetsuit contaminated with deadly toxins. But this plan, like many others, was foiled before it ever reached him. It was quite ridiculous, to be honest. They even attempted to use a poison-tipped pen. A Cuban agent was supposed to stab Castro with the pen, releasing a deadly toxin. However, the agent got cold feet, and Castro's life was spared once more. From poisoned ice cream to exploding seashells, the list of assassination attempts is both extensive and surreal. To be honest, it reminded me of some ideas that Mr. Bean could have and could never be carried out by some ridiculous reason, like getting cold feet. But despite these countless attempts, Castro lived a long life up to 90 years old, outlasting many of his would-be assassins. Some years after his death, the United States faces its own dramatic and shocking political event, this time involving former President and candidate Donald Trump. On July 13, 2024, Donald Trump was speaking at a rally in Butler, Pennsylvania, when the unthinkable happened. A sniper, identified later as 34-year-old Thomas Matthew Crooks, opened fire from a rooftop nearby. Crooks was a 20-year-old with a profound passion with guns, and he had access to a rifle that his father owned legally. Also, according to former classmates, he had been bullied every day at school for wearing camouflage to class. The strange thing is that he had no criminal record, and nobody knew the intentions of this lone wolf. Going back to the act. As Trump addressed his supporters, a shot rang out, hitting him in the ear and causing a hell situation. Crooks managed to bypass security and position himself on a nearby rooftop, undetected until it was too late. Thankfully, Trump wasn't severely injured, but 3 people were actually injured, including one that died while shielding his wife and daughters from gunfire. Images of Trump standing strong with his face full of blood quickly went viral. These photos became symbols of his bravery and unwavering commitment to his supporters. His courage in the face of danger has only built up his base, potentially impacting the upcoming elections in a significant way. The FBI launched a comprehensive investigation, labeling the incident as both an assassination attempt and an act of domestic terrorism. Crook's body was found with no identification, but fingerprint biometrics and DNA profiling confirmed his identity. Then they searched his home and vehicle, finding explosives. But how could a 20-year-old have access to that? That doesn't make any sense. Criticism soon followed regarding the Secret Service's security arrangements. Questions arose about the lack of rooftop security and the overall planning for the rally. Despite assurances from the Secret Service, many felt that serious mistakes had occurred. Also, online conspiracy theories quickly spread, with some claiming the attack was staged to boost Trump's election chances, and others said that it was an order from a powerful group of people that sees Trump as a threat. These theories, while baseless, highlighted the deep political divisions and the impact of misinformation, because, as you may know, nobody stages an assassination attempt and aims to the head. As with every assassination attempt on a president, the only outcome is the opposite of what was intended. The victim becomes a symbol of strength and heroism, catapulting their popularity among voters. But thankfully, the shooter's aim wasn't the best, so that has allowed us to witness photos like these ones.